is time to meet this week's featured pup in our Find a Friend segment, sponsored by the Rascal Animal Hospital. And we also get some important advice on common items in your home that could be poisonous to your pets. Joining me now from Rascal Animal Hospital is Dr. Michelle Gonzalez, Dr. G, along with Jessica Niesing from PAWS, the Powell Animal Welfare Society. Ladies, nice to have you both here.
Hi.
And Laverne.
Yes.
I love the name of this little pup. Kind of a little old senior pup, isn't it, Jessica?
She is. She is actually a 10-year-old beagle. The family was too ill to care for her themselves, and seniors unfortunately don't fare well in shelter environments. The adoption rate isn't there, so that's where our group comes into hand. We take a lot of the dogs from area shelters that may not make it to the adoption floor, give them the care they need. So Laverne actually lives in a foster home. We can tell you that she's good with cats, she's good with dogs, she does play. She's very chill right now, but
she is a chill little pup.
She will gladly hop up on a lap and cuddle. But at the same time, she also still has quite a bit of play in her. So we're just looking for a family to adopt her. They can find our information at powellpaws.org if they're interested in adopting or even fostering, because we can only adopt out as many dogs as we have foster homes for, and we...
You're not a shelter per se, but you're trying to have that interim place for these puppies to go when the shelters run out of room or they've run their term at the shelter.
Exactly. We have everything. Laverne's our senior. You've seen a couple pets from us come through that were like Chihuahua puppies or mixed breeds or pure breeds. We will take anything that really needs out of the shelter to find a home, be it for time or some medical issues. But we will find them a home.
Well, we hope somebody out there is looking at Laverne and going, that is one laid-back dog, and I could use a little dog like that. Dr. G, we're talking about poison because March is Poison Month for everyone, including our pets. What are some of the household things that pets get into that people wouldn't even think are dangerous?
One of the biggest things is plants, you know, even like decorative plants. And now that the weather starts to get better, people start potting plants, and things like Dieffenbachias, you know, lilies, things like that. Those can be pretty toxic. And toxicities vary depending on the plant, depending on the species. There are some things that dogs can get into that will not harm them, that will harm cats. So that is one big thing that we try to look into. Another thing is medications. Sometimes people, especially older people that have like blood pressure medication, anxiety medication, things like that, they will leave them, or a pill falls on the floor, things like that. We want to, you know, make people aware that that can be a potential problem for their pet. And then also food items. Like if a dog gets into like chocolate, coffee, gum that can contain xylitol. There's a lot of different things that we don't think of as a poison because they're not really poisonous to us. That can be a poison to them. And even with, as the dog gets older, you know, we get dogs that are 5, 6 years old that has never bothered a plant, and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they decide that it's a good day to chew on that plant. So, you know, it's important for everybody to be warned. And then what to do if the dog gets into it. You know, so the best thing to do is to call either the ASPCA or go online to the ASPCA.org website, because they have a pet poison control hotline, or to contact one of the local emergency clinics just to see if what the pet got into is toxic. Weight and size has a lot to do with it as well. So a big, huge dog eating a Hershey Kiss is not going to be as much of a problem, obviously. So, you know, you kind of want to have an idea if it is something that it is an emergency. And then another hint that I like to give to people is, especially with plants, take a picture. Nowadays that everybody has smartphones.
That's a great idea.
If the pet, you know, if a pet gets into something, if you're in the park and your pet got into a plant, take a picture of the plant, because that helps. And another thing that helps too is putting something on the picture to give an idea of size. Like if you have a quarter or something like that, set the quarter down, because there are leaves that are going to look very similar, but the size is what's going to determine what kind of a plant it is. And then contacting the ASPCA, there is a charge, but it is per case. So if your pet gets into a plant, you call the ASPCA and they say, yeah, this is a poison, you have to go to your vet. Once you get to the vet can contact ASPCA, and there's not going to be an additional charge. And that's going to be the best way to take care of any poisons.
But at Rascal Animal Hospital, you are 24/7 hospital. So if it really gets bad, or you see that the dog is in distress, that's the thing to do.
Exactly. And the best thing is to act quick, though. You know, if the pet gets into something, call immediately. Most symptoms can take anywhere from half an hour to several hours to occur. And with a lot of medications, when the signs occur, it's kind of too late. So we want to take action as soon as possible.
Well, that's wonderful. Great advice for everybody out there. And thank you again, Jessica, for bringing Laverne. And I think she's enjoying herself on the show today, and hopefully she'll find a home as well.
I hope so.
Great stuff. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.